Hello and welcome. I am Coach Castle, a certified biomechanics expert, nutritionalist, and efficiency coach. Subscribe to this channel to learn the most efficient ways to maximize your muscle growth and recovery, enhance your body, and advance your mind, all using the latest science. Welcome to Castle's Corner.
Here's two things that are really important. First of all, you have to have the desire. The desire is absolutely the key to change. If you have a true and deep-seated desire to better your life, then my work becomes very easy, and so does yours. The other thing that perhaps people don't always look at, which I find a lot in my practice, is that there's always a hidden secondary gain in staying where you are. Because what happens when you level up? What happens when you make those commitments? When you make those commitments to work out, when you make those commitments to move forward? You know, I can't hypnotize the fear out of you. So the fear is, well, now I'm going to have to perform. Now I'm going to have to change my life. You know, and since you can't always see the future, these can be really daunting. So I would never say we're going to take your fear away. What I say to people is, I'm going to help you be confident enough mentally and emotionally to move through this, trusting that there is something better for you on the other side. But you really have to look at that secondary gain. A lot of times when I work with smokers, I'll say, what's the worst thing that can happen when you quit smoking? And they'll tell me, they'll say, well, I can't hang out with my friends anymore and I can't take a break at work. You know, you've got to look at the things that are important to people that are serving their dysfunction. That's really where you want to go. It's not that they want to or they don't want to. You know, in their dreams, in our dreams, we're all superheroes. You know, but there's always that underlying, why is where I'm at working for me? And is it working for me so well that I really just want somebody to tap me with a magic wand and change me so that I don't have to deal with the consequences or be responsible for it?
I couldn't agree.
A lot of people will come to me and they'll say, I just want you to change me. Well, I can't do that.
That's not how it works. I mean, you made an excellent comparison earlier with exercise. I would say that's a wonderful comparison, because my job is really easy if someone is actually serious and committed to change, because then I can tell them what to do, they listen and they do it. But I should also mention, going back to the neuroplasticity, your body, everyone's body responds completely differently when you voluntarily face something which is causing you distress or fear. So if
That's true.
Yeah, so if you want to quit smoking and you keep putting it off, I guarantee you, if you just try one day of setting a timer, how long can you go without that cigarette? You're going to feel real good when you finish that. And if you keep upping that time, you're going to keep getting more and more dopamine, which will help you get away from the smoking or help you get in contact with somebody like Gloria, because now you're taking it seriously. When you run away from things when you run away from things, when you run away from your problems, when you just kind of sit there and you tolerate your problems, you've essentially just given up. That's that fixed mindset again. You've given up, you've stopped analyzing yourself, and you've stopped growing. When you voluntarily choose to shoulder the responsibility of getting better by your own definition, that's when you can truly be helped, because you're then susceptible to being helped. Well, and I should say, back to susceptibility, how do you know if somebody is susceptible to hypnosis? I mean, I mentioned it briefly with you a moment ago, but unless I'm mistaken about the numbers, something like 15% of all people are highly susceptible. I believe it's 20% are very low susceptibility, and then the rest of people are just somewhere in the middle. Now, they've done MRI scans of people's brains who are, going through the hypnosis and such, the actual process, and what shows up is that the Nordstrom, the rostrum part of the brain is focused on attention, basically, and people who are highly susceptible, that part of their brain is much larger, I should say, than people with very low susceptibility to hypnosis. So what could you tell me about that, and how do you gauge somebody's susceptibility?
Well, I can tell you that I don't assess my clients clinically like that.
Oh, okay.
I really don't. I don't look at anyone who is going to be my client and say, I wonder if you're 15% or 60%.
Well, I wouldn't think you'd do that.
I don't do that. This isn't how I operate. How I operate is really organically. I take you at face value. I work with you. It is not up to me to judge your susceptibility when you come to my chair. It is my job to make you comfortable enough for you to open up to the level of capability that you have for your mind to receive that message. And it can be all different types of level. A person can be in a really light hypnosis and get a fantastic benefit from it. People think that you've got to be really down and practically unconscious to get the benefit, and that's not true.
Oh, that's true.
My job is to take you to the level of comfort that your mind has in order to accept the suggestions.
Now,
so I'm not assessing, and I'm not saying, I work with clients, probably each client I'll work with from between 3 to 10 sessions. Every single session is different, but I will say this. I can work with you the first time and you'll say, well, gosh, that was really relaxing and I feel good. I wasn't out, but sometimes I felt like I was drifting a little bit. The next time we'll go a little deeper and we'll go a little deeper, because as your mind listens to my voice starts to become the voice of change. And it starts to open. If I'm saying things that your mind likes, that is congruent with the image that you want to have of yourself, progressively, you will go deeper and deeper. It is just, and a lot of my clients are really super type A personalities. I have a lot of attorneys as clients and physicians. I have people that are really bang up in the business world and they just come in and just let go. So you can never really assess.
I should just speak from personal experience real quick. I mean, just because I'm sure a lot of people have not experienced this, and I mean, I have actually multiple times. So I'll tell you a few times. I'm not sure my susceptibility. I know that I am at least susceptible because I've been hypnotized multiple times, multiple ways. For me, I can say, well, my session with you, for example, if I remember correctly, it was more of a eyes open meditative state. I didn't feel the need to move. I was very comfortable and relaxed. I was very relaxed with listening to you. I had no trouble listening to you at all with what you were saying. There was no feeling of being frozen or anything like that. I was just very happy, kind of stuck to the couch, if you will, very engaged in listening. But then again, I can also say where I've had times where I had been hypnotized and I'm not even sure if I was, but then they would snap their fingers and I'm, oh God, I was on a beach. I thought I was on a beach. Sure. And in the moment I was so sure I was not hypnotized, but then, and I'd snap their fingers and I would realize, oh, I was not actually, what was just happening? And I've been so out of it. And then I think more than one time, I simply couldn't get into that state of mind. I think more than likely it was my chemistry at the moment. I was very agitated and frustrated and it wasn't the best time to be doing it. But I can say there's definitely multiple experiences. For me, the best experiences are always where I'm just kind of relaxed. Again, I kind of call it like a meditative state where I'm just chill and susceptible to listening, and time passes very differently then, if you will. But
it's a time distortion, and that's actually one of the ways that you can tell that you're in hypnosis. But you experience time distortion when you're driving. You experience time distortion when you're working out. This really goes back to my original statement that hypnosis is already a natural state. So if I've got this is already a writing implement, right? All I do is click the pen and focus that writing. So instead of it simply becoming an instrument, now it is a tool. So that's probably the difference there. It's a matter of understanding how someone's brain works, and every person is different. Every single person is different. And understanding and getting about how their brains work, and then getting their brain on my side so that we can do that work.
And I would think that it makes a difference, comfort level too, just while I'm thinking of it. And one of the reasons I was on top of the fact that I know you, one of the reasons I was so comfortable with you, it was actually because I was in my house on my couch, relaxed, just looking at you on a screen, listening to you in headphones. It was very relaxing. There was no uncomfortableness, no unfamiliar smells, unfamiliar place. I don't know this person, what's going to happen. No, I'm just in my house, very comfortable, very easy to relax with you. It's not quite the case when you meet someone in person, the first time you're kind of, a little off.